I'd like to call upon Mark's subconscious, please.
You're here.
Well, thank you so much for returning. How are you doing today?
Good. Relaxed.
Nice. Thank you. Are you able to do a body scan on his body and just see how everything is working out?
Yes, Mark is more hydrated than last time. His ankle was improving, but he had a little incident as he was playing ping pong with his son.
What would you like him to know about that accident?
We'd like him to know that it wasn't a major sprain, it was just a nudge to let him know that he's got a little bit more to do, and he knows this. And he's halfway through, so he will get completed this weekend, as he tells us.
Okay. Is there any extra work that he doesn't know that you would like him to know about so he can focus on that too?
We do not want him to get distracted with the other things just yet. So we will just focus on his write-ups. He knows what that is. Once he completes that, then perhaps we'll move to the next thing.
Thank you. I understand. As you know, Mark is feeling overwhelmed with his work and everything that he is feeling that is going on in his life right now. How is the best way for him to navigate out of the things he feels the most pressed about?
Well, I think, as we have said, Mark's inner work, and we just mentioned that that is important for him to establish his connection, the love for his family. That will help him in his work as well. Mark signed up for this challenge project within his work, and he is finding that it is becoming difficult. He knew this going into this situation, but he is also finding light at the end of the tunnel as he is working, talking with others about what they can do to navigate through this situation. This is also Mark's purpose, is to serve others, to understand others' situations, and to help them, support them, love them, so that they can face these situations head on, do what is right, stand firm, help one another, move past it, and feel proud.
Thank you. You know, he's concerned about his job with the inoculation mandate. Does he have a purpose in his position?
His purpose is to expose the reasons behind why they were pushing the mandate. He is beginning the process now of exposing those things through questions, through wanting more information from them. As he does this, he is feeling and growing in confidence that his position and his choice is the right one. At the same time, he will have what he needs as this comes to a close at his work.
He has a question about being a spy in terms of his work, and is that part of his contract?
A spy, the term spy has many meanings. What we would say is these types of situations are ones that Mark is familiar with. He is being faced with this because he has done these types of projects as part of his contract in the past. He is going through this in the present time to overcome it, but also to learn from the experience for future projects, for future contracts, to help him to grow in his experiences. It's important for Mark to understand how beings respond to situations. What are the triggers? What is the stimulus for those responses as those individuals make choices? This will all help Mark in future situations. In the future.
In the future on this planet?
Not on this planet. This will come to a close. This part of his contract will also come to a close. And Mark will shift with his family. This is one aspect of Mark's contract.
In terms of him providing information to you about his work, what would you like us to know?
As Mark obtains this information, he is understanding the deep root of what and why people on this earth do what they do in terms of following others and not thinking about the consequences of their choices. Mark was awakened to this months ago and is not going down the same path. It's important now for Mark to understand that everyone has their own choices to make. It's not him to judge others on those choices, but to help those that are undecided of the choices, to help them, support them, as they too are in a very similar situation as Mark is. It is through this interaction with others that not only will Mark grow, the others will grow, be more aware of themselves. Additionally, those co-workers that work with Mark and the many other interactions that he has because of Mark's decision, it will trigger them as well. Mark understands this. He is processing on how to do this gracefully in a neutral way so that all those affected will truly understand the decision and the impact he has made.
Thank you. Can you tell us the ramifications of those who have been inoculated? What would you like us to know about the impact of that?
There will be many different situations and impacts that happen. One will be events that happen to them health-wise. The other will be decisions that they realize that they no longer have a choice. They've made their choice, and now that they've made their choice, they cannot go in. They are almost stuck. They've made their choice and now they are stuck in that situation. They will be stuck in the situation and they will realize their mistake. Those are the situations that I see. And one of Mark's focuses is to ensure that he raises that awareness in those that he interacts with during the main time he has with his colleagues.
Thank you. Will it impact the shift at all for those people who do?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes. For those who do get inoculated, will they have an impacted shift or experience? will it affect them in any way when it is time to shift?
There are some that haven't been impacted already. And it's not being shared. However, there will be minimal impacts in terms of their shift related to health reasons, as many are having to make a decision in the next month. 30 to 40% will be making this decision. There will be minimal impact for those individuals, but there will be some that as a result will exit.
Thank you. I understand. What else can you share about Mark's contract details? Either contracts that he has successfully completed in this lifetime, or is there anything else you would like him to know?
So Mark is focused on his family and supporting his family during the shift. He's learned a lot up to this point and what works and what does not work. When the time comes, he will be supportive, be loving, and comforting with his family. That is his primary mission. As we just said, Mark is focused on his job experience and helping others with their decisions with the mandate. Mark also has grown a great deal in this capacity, and he will further strengthen his understanding of that situation, his interaction with individuals and trigger points to that experience. Those are the primary focuses for Mark. He also has his inner work. And those are continue to focus on being neutral and sharing of Mark's feelings with his wife and kids, which is very difficult for Mark to complete, because Mark takes this very seriously and wants the message to resonate with them. And it's very emotional for Mark to complete them. This is part of Mark's inner work and his contract, and gets this done soon. And it will help him grow and prepare him for his shift with his family.
Thank you so much. Subconscious, in terms of the number of potential opportunities for the shift to occur, what can you tell us?
I see three primary shifts that will be coming. The There are smaller shifts that are happening as we speak. The 3 shifts will be very close together. One will be the laser. The timeline has not changed, followed by 2 remaining shifts. No details in terms of what those shifts are, but I'm seeing 3 primary shifts.
Thank you. Is that for everyone in general or just specifically for Mark?
That is for everyone in general.
Okay, thank you. And could we say that the third and final shift is that those who have completed their old Earth mission, or is it something else?
Yes, that is correct. That final shift will be those last remaining, all of humanity that will shift as part of completing their contract here. Will shift to New Earth.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. We were curious about understanding more questions that we had about the trees, please. Can you share with us about the trees moving off this planet? Will they be able to go to the new Earth? Because we were questioning 3rd dimensional trees going to a 5th dimensional planet. What can we know today?
The trees will be taken in their physical form, but also it's just one aspect of the trees' physical form taken on the ships to go to other 3D planets. There are other trees that have shifted. Those trees are on ships. Those trees on those ships that will go to the new Earth are crystalline, similar to those like the humans, the crystalline bodies, and will travel to New Earth. The trees on New Earth will be much different than what we see on Earth today. They will appear different. Their colors are many different colors. Rainbow colors, colors we have not seen. Transparent looking trees, different shaped trees, trees that we can communicate with. They communicate back with us, which Mark is really excited about because he has not been able to do that on Earth. Those things are what we can expect when we get to New Earth. The trees will be, as I said, much different, but our engagement with them as if they will be a part of us on the new Earth, interacting with our new through 5D bodies.
Thank you so much. It's very interesting. In terms of the animals, will they be also in their crystalline bodies on the new?
That is what I see. I see with the shifts, animals, plants, trees will all take very similar form, crystalline form, and they will all be able to interact with us at a much deeper spiritual level as we ascended higher vibrations, a new earth. We will be able to tap into this new, I want to say skill, but this new ability that we have not had before. And it will be amazing. It will bring so much joy. Everyone will be laughing and playing because they have not had this ability before. There'll be so much peace, happiness. Everyone will be playing. It will be so much fun when we're all there.
Thank you. So the first session we did with Mark, you showed him being in the wheat field, arriving on the new earth. Have I remembered that correctly?
Yes, when he first arrives there, that's what he will. That's what he will see, and he will be greeted by his family there, and it will be a party. It will be a party for a long time there as they greet each other and celebrate that they made it.
Thank you. In terms of his senses feeling that wheat field, what will he notice differently about trying to touch, say, plants on the new earth?
His senses will be different. His senses will be really what he wants to manifest. He can create his landscape. He can create his interactions. He can create really what he wants to, because he now will have this ability. He will not know how to do this at first. He will have some abilities, but he will have to grow into this. But once he does, he is a quick study. He will work at it and practice over and over again, and then he'll practice some more, and he will have fun with it. Because what you're able to do there is endless. The only ceiling is, well, there is no ceiling. You can create what you want to create. And that's what will bring everyone so much joy. The sharing of ideas, the creating of things, sense of community, sense of being a part of your friends and family that has been lost here on earth, lost that sense of community. That will be part of new earth, is that community. Everyone will help one another. And there'll be so much joy and love. I feel it now. It's so incredible. It's so incredible, the energy, the love everyone has for one another. It will be magnificent.
Thank you so much. In terms of Mark's soul essences, how many versions of him is there?
Um, don't get a sense of that at this moment. I don't get any sense of that at this moment.
Okay, thank you. So subconscious, how many other beings do you support being their subconscious?
Many. Support many others.
Are they subconscious? Are they smaller fractions of yourself and your soul in 3D bodies?
Yes, they are.
And how is that going? What does all of your little versions of self look like on this planet at this time?
They are all experiencing vastly different things. And it is quite amazing how many of the ones I support are hurting, really hurting. And have not awakened to, or have not awakened, and they should have. But we're doing all we can to support them.
How does it impact subconscious? How does it impact you when little versions of yourself have not woken up yet?
I reflect back on the experiences and try to provide helpful hints to awaken them or try something different. And I guess I could say that from our standpoint, it's challenging for us as well, similar to the ones in their 3D body, what they're experiencing. But we can guide and provide hints, and eventually that will catch and that will trigger the awakening. And we are seeing this, but we did not expect that it would be this challenging.
What happens subconscious if they haven't woken up when the shifts happen?
Depending on their contract, if they are to shift, then they will have to go through a transition that will take much longer. Once they are on the ships, they will have time to transition. It will just take much longer. We were hopeful that things would accelerate with those that awaken, and it has been delayed quite significantly, but has accelerated here recently. And so we are hopeful that those that recently awakened and those that are close will accelerate quickly. So we are also providing upgrades to them to support that transition as well. And we are confident that that will help in the process.
Thank you so much, subconscious. And is it correct that you're an Arcturian?
That is correct.
Would humans have a label for you, Arcturian? Have we accused you or labeled you to be some sort of archangel? And if so, what is the name of that?
And I'm unable to share that this time.
What about a hint?
You're unable to share that at this time.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Are you even attached to what we would call an archangel? Is that a label that people have referred to you as?
That is a tricky question that you pose. And I would say, perhaps in another session, I can respond.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I understand. Because you really work as a bigger collective, don't you? Rather than just individual roles.
That is correct, yes.
So thank you. I do understand and appreciate all of the advice and information you've provided for us. Is there any more information that you would like us to know about in terms of Mark just being able to move forward confidently, knowing that if he did lose his job, that he would be able to provide finances for his family? I know that is very stressful for him.
Mark is looking at other options. He has been for a couple months now. He has the ability to find another position, and he has good options to do that. He is not so much worried about finding a job. However, he is feeling the burden of the response and how it will be viewed by his wife and family as he is prepared to be terminated and will not resign, to show his commitment and holding firm and believing in his choice, knowing that by forcing his employer to make the difficult decision, then that too will have a profound impact and perhaps trigger others to wake up to what this company is standing for. So Mark is pursuing other options, and he will be very proud of this accomplishment when it's complete.
Okay, well, thank you so much. So he can accept that this is part of his purpose, is to be made redundant from his position because of his stance on the inoculations.
That is correct.
Will that help him accept his role in that?
Will that help him?
Will that help him accept his role moving forward in what he should be doing? Instead of resigning, he should make the company fire him because of his stance?
Yes, it will. And Mark knows this. It will, how should I say, make them feel it. His colleagues will then question the company's stance for a decision that is Mark's decision to make. No company should be in a position to make this decision for Mark. So by him choosing this stance, the company will need to make a choice to fire him for no other reason other than the vax mandate, not because of him as an individual, but because of their greed and their corruption. And employees will recognize this, or it will be many others beyond Mark. And the company will suffer greatly as a result of this. And many other companies as well.
Do you recommend that he becomes more vocal with his stance now versus later down the track?
Mark should continue to seek and network with others that have the same opinion as him, so he can help them as they make a difficult decision. Mark realizes that there are strengths in numbers, and that will only build their position and say and make the company's decision even harder. Mark has reached out to individuals, but unfortunately they made the decision and it was too late. Mark should continue to network, help track down those individuals that have yet made the decision. And he's doing that now.
Thank you so much, Subconscious. Is there any final information you would like us to know today?
Mark is in a very challenging position as part of his contract, and he knows this, but he should realize the more progression he makes and listens to the guidance we provide him, the more he will feel calm and supported and comforted as he gets to this difficult situation. His inner work is critical, and it will help him progress through all these situations. And he will reach a point where his inner work will be nearly complete, and these challenges will become much easier to handle. And he is realizing this now. But we are urging him to pick it up, so he does not have this burden on him.
In terms of his inner work, what is the areas you would like him to focus on to strengthen?
Continue to minimize the triggers from his wife and family. Be in a neutral position as he responds. Continue to work on his trying to find out what he calls them, his letters to his family. Complete those, and to get out in nature as much as he can, ground himself, be around trees, to breathe the fresh air, to receive the sunlight. All of this will help him tremendously. And as he gets outside, he realizes this, but he gets distracted. And so we just urge him to stay focused and listen to our guidance and ask him to continue to ask for our support as we love to support him.
Thank you. In terms of him writing letters to his family, given the fact that they're going to shift with him, what's the significance there?
Mark is doing this for a couple of reasons. He's doing this so he has time to focus on each member of the family, to reflect back on his experiences with them, his love for them, what they've meant to him, what the future could have looked like in those missed experiences. This is the moment where Mark shares all of that with them. He shares how proud he is of them so that they know this is the way to release these emotions and to realize what he has now presently and to seize the remaining time he has with his family. These letters are a reminder to take, experience these moments with them, for that he will shift with them, but it's important that he completes these letters so he can reflect on all of this.
Thank you. So it's not really about them reading it, it's about him experiencing the thoughts he would put in it.
That is correct. We will shift with them. They will not read these. They will all shift together. This is an important part of Mark's contract so that he is prepared emotionally the journey he's about to take, to reflect back on past experiences he's had, to adjust where he sees he can improve in the present moment.
Thank you so much. And just finally, in terms of the 3 shifts off this earth, will Mark go on the first or the second or even the 3rd shift?
At this time, we cannot share the timing of the shifts. This is something that we just cannot share at this time.
I understand that I'm not asking about the dates, it's more the way will Mark experience and be aware of the laser, for example?
Yeah, so what we can say is it will be one of the first or second shift. The 2 will be very close together. It will be one of the 2.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the information. Is there any other final information you'd like us to know?
The trees would like to say that they appreciate the questions about them. They feel the love through the questions. They do feel a part of this community as we are all shifting. And they are excited. They are full of joy to make this shift. And they send much love. And they say thank you. Thank you for the questions about us.
Well, I'm very sorry that I haven't asked about you earlier, and I think it makes people feel very sad to think that they're going to leave and potentially leave many of you behind. And we hope that your journey is enjoyable and safe, and that your life experiences and contracts get fulfilled as much as you need to experience.
They say thank you very much, with much love.
Thank you so much. Really, really love being able to know that all is well for you. So thank you so much, subconscious.
Thank you, and until next time.
So you can recede to where you belong.